Alright, welcome on in. We're here at the Boeing 737-800 for PMDG. We're here at the airport Mike Hotel Tango Golf. We're going to go ahead and attempt the RNP runway 2 approach from the south over the TNT VOR. Currently making that turn now towards TNT. This is a recreation of one of my buddies from work. He did this approach a few years back in 737 MAX in 2020. He showed me his video today, and I thought it was absolutely an awesome approach, and I wanted a challenge. So, sun's starting to go down a little bit. Winds. So we're landing on 2, but the winds are going to be 270 at 25, just for the challenge there. Approach-wise, it's a nice circular approach. So we're going to this TNT VOR, and we're going to make the circle back around, starting at 8,000, and then just a tight turn into the airport there. Adjust this real quick. Perfect. Alright, so we'll be heading back that way now. I tried it in the iFly 737 MAX, but it doesn't do our nav approaches at all, so it just kind of messed up. So we're going to give this a try here. So I'm just going to set my heading to 020 for the final approach course, and I'm going to let this RNAV do its thing. Already slowed down to 180 knots with flaps 5. Landing approach is all set up. VREF is going to be +5, 139. Flaps 40 landing with max auto brakes. All the lights and stuff are on. I went ahead and armed the spoiler, so we're pretty much just ready to go. Airport is right down there. It's about a 6,600 foot runway. So we're going to basically come out here, circle back around, and kind of come through the valley over here. And it's a tight turn into the airport. It is extremely tight. So should have probably come in a little bit more from the south, but I was impatient, made the turn. This thing turned too wide, so we'll see if it catches the RNAV here. I don't have a whole lot of experience with RNAV approaches in the 7.3, at least not these special types. I usually just do regular straight-in RNAVs and stuff. So I did just try the approach, and I hit the approach button after hitting TNT, and it reset over here. So I'm going to leave the approach button off for now. Altitude I'm going to set down to 3,300 or so. I know that's probably not a standard operating procedure, but whatever. I'm going to try, once I get over this area, hit the approach button and see what happens there. Like I said, not a lot of experience with RNAV approaches, so like when I fly the RNAV visual into DCA, a lot of times I just hand fly it along the river there, so I've just never really learned the systems for the RNAV approach. So this will be a good learning experience. So we're right over TNT right now. We're starting this turn over towards the TG018, and yeah. Probably slow it up once we get on the downwind and start configuring for final right about the base or so. I did try this with the MAX, like I said. It didn't want to fly the RNAV, so I ended up hand flying it, and I didn't see the airport very well, and ended up coming in high and overshooting the runway, and ended up putting it down actually with a pretty decent rate of about 200 feet per minute or whatever, but was left of the center line and just was a very unstable approach. So this one, I guess this just might be the approach. So it's skipping this fix here, so I'm very interested to see what happens here. So it's completely skipped this point and gone to the point over here, so I don't know what's going to happen. This fix didn't have an altitude in it, but the TG015, as you can see, is at or above 7. We'll give it a try. Maybe I'll actually be able to see the airport this time, since I know what I'm looking for. I don't know. What's the worst that happens? That's why we sim, so we can try things that we would never try in real life. So even though it doesn't have this TG006 fix plugged in, it's actually following the path, so yeah. I'm going to go ahead and hit the approach button. Why not? What's the worst that happens? So it thinks I'm high. So it's going to monster descend down, so let's reset that. It's not going to let me reset back up. I screwed this up already. Shouldn't have hit the approach button. Because it wanted to descend down. I don't want to do that with this terrain over here. let's do the VNAV ourselves. You can see it calculates the top of descent right there, so we'll start down to 7 there. Alright, well at least the lateral portion of this is working well, but I just can't get the VNAV portion to work. I shouldn't hit the approach, but it has like its own glide slope, but it seems like it's really low, so it really wanted to jump low, which I don't want it to do. But I might get curious over here at the top of the descent and see what it does if I do that. Let's see. Yeah, I know, I'm saying 200 feet below, it's fine. So like I said, the lateral portion of this is fine. I just don't have enough experience with RNAV approaches. Usually I can just hit the VNAV and it'll catch a path, but I think this is because this is such a weird thing, it's just not wanting to pick up on that. So somebody else that's an expert at this could probably teach me, but we'll go ahead and start on down to 7. Oh, there it goes, it picked it up, so we're just going to leave it alone. Keep the speed, keep it at 170. So our VNAV path is starting to descend into, so that's good. This is looking better than the iFly one already, so. There's the gradual descent down. So we just kept the engine start switches on continuous for the whole flight because we took off with them on and just left them on. Lights are already all on. Those winds, 272 at 52, that's pretty strong up here. So that's something we have to keep in mind, that we will have a very strong crosswind, and that's going to affect us lining up for the runway with such a little amount of time. So it's bringing us in a little bit high, so that might be, when I was following the glide path on the iFly, it was about 500 feet, and I know we were about 400 feet above that fix there because it's an adder above, instead of an infinite fix there. So we'll see how this lines up with this next fix over here. I'm going to zoom in nice and tight here so we kind of keep a good close eye on that. Kick that one back over to the 10. Alright, so sitting right about 8.5. Looks like we're starting to turn in now, so I'm just going to go ahead and dirty up because this is a interesting little approach. So gear down. Flaps 15. Flaps 30. Too far. And flaps 40. Alright, so our landing checklist is complete once that flaps gets down, which it looks like it is now. So flaps 40, gears down, 3 green, speed brakes are armed, and engine start switches are continuous. Alright, so finding the airport was a difficult thing to do last time, but at least it's flying this profile. So with that tailwind, we're doing 186 across the ground. That's a lot. Alright, go out here. I think I see the runway sitting right up in that direction right there.
Terrain, pull up.
I can't even see the runway. I'm just flying blind right now. Hi. Where are you, airport? Oh, there you are.
Banking.
Bank angle check.
Caution, taxiway.
No,
Caution,
I'm not lined
taxiway.
up for the taxiway.
Approaching 0,
This
2.
approach, even though I'm low, is much better than the last one
Pull
was.
up. Sync rate.
That wind, holy smokes, that wind.
Sync rate.
I can't get lined up.
Banking. Sync rate. Sync rate. 30.
Ah,
Wrong
my
landing.
planet.
Wrong landing.
Holy
3,000
smokes.
feet remaining. 2,000
Jeez.
remaining.
I actually want to try that approach when the winds are not as insane as they are here. 'Cause,
remaining.
I think that's a better approach when you're not dealing with like insane winds. But there we go. It wasn't stable. It wasn't as good as my buddies, but we got her down.
100 feet
There's that.
remaining.
The FAA probably has a number for me to call because that that ain't it. But you know what? That's why we play the sim, just for the fun of it. So there we are. All done.